What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Zee and welcome back to my channel, Chef Zee Cooks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Chulitos de Yuca, which you guys probably also call Arepitas de Yuca. Now, if you've been with me for some time, then you know I actually already have a video and a recipe here on my channel on how to make Arepitas de Yuca, and my mother-in-law taught me how to make it her way, and that video was definitely an ode to her. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the way that my grandmother used to make it, and she used to actually like to stuff them with some cheese and then roll them into almost like little mini cigars. And let me tell you guys something, it is super delicious. Now, if you haven't already, please join the Chef Zee family. And before we get started, I'm curious. Comment below and let me know, are you team Chulitos or are you team Arepitas? Let's go ahead and get started. Making Chulitos de Yuca is actually really easy, and you're going to be surprised to see how these simple ingredients come together to make something that is truly out of this world. So first things first, we're going to start off by peeling our yuca. Now, if you have never peeled yuca before, I'm going to let you guys know that it is a little bit difficult, but it's definitely not impossible. I recommend that you have 2 sets of knives on hand. You want a big chef knife like I have right here, but you also want to have a paring knife handy so that you can take the tip of the paring knife and slice into the skin of the yuca. Now, once you make a slit into the skin and you pry the paring knife underneath, the skin actually comes off fairly easy. Now, the skin of the yuca is a little bit waxy, and you're going to notice that it has more or less the same difficulty level as a green plantain. So if you are used to peeling some green plátanos, then peeling some yuca is going to be more or less the same. You now want to take your large knife and very carefully you want to slice the yuca in half because you want to expose the vein, and then with your paring knife we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the vein. Now, the reason we are removing the vein is because it's very fibrous and tough, and since we are going to be grating the yuca, we don't want the vein in our arepitas and in our chulitos. We're now going to start grating the yuca, and we're actually going to finely grate it, so make sure that you are using the proper setting. And speaking about grating the yuca, be sure to also protect your fingers and your knuckles. So when the yuca piece gets a little bit small, feel free to toss that over to the side. Now, when grating the yuca, you will notice that it will release some of its own juices, which I like to call milk, and that's totally fine. Now, here is a close-up of what you want the texture of your grated yuca to look like. This is going to help your chulitos and your arepitas come together absolutely beautifully. We're now going to start seasoning the grated yuca with some anise seeds, some sugar, and we're also going to add some kosher salt. Now, you can season your arepitas to taste. Now, I know some people like it super heavy on the anise seeds, others like it a little bit sweeter, and the beauty of this dish is that you can really customize it to your liking. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mix everything until it's well combined, and afterwards we're now going to add 2 large eggs. Now, I highly recommend that once you have mixed all of the arepita and the chulito batter, I recommend that you take a small little piece and you test fry it so that you taste it for flavor. So that if you want to adjust anything, you can do it while it's still raw. And you won't actually have to eat the raw batter because remember, there are some eggs in there. We're going to set the batter off to the side, and now we're going to start preparing the cheese by cutting it into small rectangles. And the cheese that I'm using is the same exact cheese that I like to use whenever I'm frying cheese for breakfast or to have with my absolute favorite, which is some mangu. I'll link it down below for whoever is interested. And once we've prepped the cheese, we're now going to start forming our chulitos. And this is actually my favorite part of this whole entire dish. So we're going to take the back of the spoon and we're going to flatten it out. And then we're going to take a piece of the cheese and we're going to put it in the center. And then we're going to take the two sides and we're going to cover the cheese, making sure that there are no holes. And we don't want any holes whenever we're making our chulitos because we will be frying them later on and we don't want the cheese to ooze out into the oil. So think of these chulitos as like a yuca mozzarella stick, which is totally tasty. Now, if there's anything in this video that you guys really like, so for example, if you guys like the spoons or the knives that I've used in today's video, be sure to look in the description box because I will have everything linked down below. So once you have formed all of your chulitos, be sure and set them off to the side onto a plate or as I'm doing in a small baking tray. We're now going to start frying our chulitos and I am frying them over medium-high heat. And before I place them into the oil, I like to just roll them around in my hand one final last time to make sure that they keep their shape and to make sure that there are no holes. Because again, the last thing that you want is for that cheese to ooze out and create a mess in the oil. So my chulitos have been frying for about 5 minutes and they are done when they are this beautiful golden brown color that you guys see right here. These chulitos are seriously tasty and very amazing, and I love to serve them as an appetizer during the holidays or during any family get together. So there you guys have it. That's my recipe for some chulitos de yuca. Comment below if you have any questions, and until next week, I'm Chef Zee y buen provecho. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Be sure and click that bell so that you're always notified each and every single time I post an all-new video. And if you need some inspiration on what to cook next, go ahead and click right here.